Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Free Trainer 5.0 version 6. This shoe is available in tons of different colorways, starting at about $100 at full retail. And if you are interested in a pair, there will be a buy it now link in the description of this video. Go ahead and check that out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. All right, so here is a look at the shoes. I really like this shoe. I'm a big fan of the Nike Free line in general, especially their training models. The training models, they feel more rugged, they're a little bit more sturdy, which I guess is kind of the nature of a training shoe versus a running shoe, but I'm just a big fan of these in general, mainly for training. I'm not actually going to be wearing these casually, probably not that often at all. I kind of waited on this particular colorway just because I'm a big fan of camo in general, and I think this desert camo pattern they have on this particular shoe, and just the combination of the lighter brown and the darker brown, which are listed as walnut and calamari. Don't ask me which one is which, but I just think it's a really cool look. You can get this particular colorway and a green variation as well, but that's more common. You see green camo all the time. This is just a really good look, and it kind of hides what would normally be the more standard colorway schemes for this particular shoe, in that you do have the combination of mesh and fuse. But nonetheless, really cool shoe. We're probably at the tail end of this shoe's lifespan. There's probably going to be a free 5.0 trainer version 7 coming anytime, but this is one of those shoes that's been around for quite some time now, a number of months, if not a full year at this point, that you can get in tons and tons of colorways. The regular colorways go for about $100, and the more premium ones, if you want to call it that, the special ones, like this one is, I believe retails for about $110. I picked these up on sale for basically half price, so really happy about that. And as far as actual quality is concerned, there's no difference between the regular colorways and the premium ones, at least not with this particular pair. So upper is basically a combination of a thin mesh with fuse, the fuse reinforced around the toe box through the midfoot obviously, and then the entire heel does have more structure to it. And then you do have the flywire cables running through the entire lacing system. So when you pull the laces tight, it pulls on those cables. They attach at the base of the sole into the lacing system, and again, keep your foot locked in place. It's a very secure model from Nike. It's the most substantial Nike Free training model that you can get. So it does have, like I said, a decent amount of underfoot cushioning, considering that it is a Nike Free layout and that it does have the hexagon cutouts. So it is very flexible. Is it as flexible as the 3.0 model that I've been using as of late? No. But again, it really just depends on what you like. And for me, it doesn't make too big of a difference between a 5.0 and a 3.0. For me personally, I don't have that big of a preference between the two. I think if anything, I might actually prefer the more substantial feel of the 5.0 model. It's got this really nice liner with this kind of texturing to it. Hopefully you guys can see that in the video. Insole is removable. It does have the camo pattern in there as well. Not too much to see there. I like that they have the camo pattern continued here on the top line of the midsole. The rest of the outsole does have a paint splatter to it, which is kind of like a darker brown color, which looks really good. And then you have the gum rubber on the bottom, which I think really suits the kind of military vibe that you get from this Nike Free trainer. And then of course you do have the black and reflective flywire cables that are kind of peeking out through the sides of the upper. So that's pretty much it as far as the shoe itself is concerned. Nike Free Trainer 5.0 version 6. You guys have probably seen these at the store in many different colorways. Maybe not this one specifically, but you certainly have seen them around. They've been around. It's a really good trainer. I'm really happy that I finally have a pair, especially in this particular colorway. And that's pretty much it in terms of what I have to say. I'm a fan of the shoe. I'm a fan of just training, I guess, in the Nike Free training line. I just really like how they feel. And if you're looking for a solid pair of relatively lightweight, relatively low profile, very flexible trainers, the Nike Free training line, especially this particular model, I think is a really good option. So that's pretty much it as far as close-up details go. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look, and of course what the fit and sizing is like. All right, so here is a look at the Free trainers on feet. You can see on my left foot I left in the stock laces that look really good. Obviously it matches the exact color of the majority of the upper, but I threw in some wide reflective black SR4U replacement laces just to see what it would look like. It matches the Nike swoosh obviously, And honestly, I quite like the look of the black reflective. I'm not sure it's my preference over the stock ones, but I figured I'd throw them in there just to give you guys a look at that. If you are interested in a pair of replacement laces, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You'll find a direct link to that website down below in the description of this video, so go ahead and check that out if you are at all interested. As far as how these things fit and feel on feet, they're Nike Free trainers, so you kind of know what to expect. In comparison to any of the Nike Free running models, you will notice that the outsole is a lot firmer on these shoes, which is for stability reasons, basically. Are you going to want to run long distances in these? Probably not, but for sprinting, quick changes of direction, stuff like that, these are definitely a lot better suited than a pair of runners. They're very wide, and once you pull the laces tight, I mean, they are well structured. The fuse around the toe box is pretty good. Obviously, the fly wire does its job as you would expect, and it's just a comfortable shoe out of the box. There's really no break-in time required. They're flexible in all the right spots, which is kind of what you expect from a Nike Free model. Width-wise, like I said, they're relatively wide, so they'll be suitable for just about anybody. And as far as sizing is concerned, normally with the running models, the Nike Frees, I go up a half size from a 9.5 to a 10, but with the training models, I almost always run true to size. I did that here, went from my usual size 9.5 US, which is what I wear in most sneakers and kind of training models in general, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So I would recommend going true to size personally, but if you do want a roomier fit, you definitely can go a half size up safely in these shoes, again, depending on what your preferences are. All right, guys, that is it for my review of the Nike Free 5.0 Trainer version 6. Again, if you're interested in a pair, there is a buy it now link down below in the description of this video, so go ahead and check that out. If you have any questions at all regarding this particular shoe, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. Also, if you have any suggestions for other sneakers you'd perhaps like to see featured on the channel, leave those down below in the comments as well and take a look at everything you guys have to say. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for more sneaker reviews, of course. All my social media information is linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, thanks for watching.